It doesn't matter how good or bad the season has been. When you play this game, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Nothing like it.
We welcome all of you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. This afternoon is the 81st edition of the Iron Bowl. Auburn comes to Tuscaloosa to take on the Crimson Tide of Alabama. This game gets folks in this state stirred up. And us as well. Hi, everybody. Vern Lundquist, along with Gary Danielson. Well, this is rivalry week across the country, and I think Gary and I have seen most of the rivalries or have been a part of them. But, Gary, in my view, nothing in college football equates the passion that people have for this one.
Or the excellence, Vern. I mean, the last 7 years, the winner of this game has been in the playoffs. 5 times they've won the national championship. And I think that today, for both teams, the fact that Alabama's already got a clinch to go play in the SEC championship, the fact they get to play Auburn has a little bit of a downer because they're not going to make it, but they get to knock off Alabama. That'll be an interesting game.
Well, I think at this point, without question, Alabama is the #1 team in the country. How have they established their excellence this year?
You know, Vern, it's like picking a card out of a deck. I mean, there's so many great players, you don't know where to start. But the question mark at the beginning of the year has proven to be the strength at the end of the year. Jalen Hurts has become the leader and the center of this football team. He gives them everything they want. It's almost amazing that a true freshman football player comes to be the quarterback for a defending national champion. But Jalen Hurts has showed it all, as you can see, as the new quarterback and leader of this football team.
Well, we saw Auburn and Georgia a couple of weeks ago. They lost at Georgia. That knocked them out of the championship aspirations. And there have been questions about their quarterback for this game. Jeremy Johnson is going to be the starter.
Jeremy Johnson started this game a year ago. He's been through a lot of tough. He was supposed to be the guy a year ago. There was even mention that he could be the best quarterback in this conference. I believe today he's looking for redemption. He could be the guy to finish off his career with a win. But you know he's going to need help, and I think the help has to come right up the middle from Auburn. Montravius Adams and Cameron Petway are the two guys. Petway, if healthy, will give them that power. But Montravius Adams, playing in the middle of that Auburn defense, maybe the best defense that Alabama has faced all years, must make plays like this. If he can discombobulate that offensive line, that's Auburn's best chance.
81 times they have met or will have met by the time this one is put away. Alabama and Auburn. Now, if you want to have a perfect Thanksgiving afternoon for a football game, welcome to T-Town. 60 degrees, winds northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Absolutely perfect. Alabama leads the series, the first meeting back in 1893. The winner of the last 7, as Gary mentioned, went on to play a national title or college football playoff. There was a cessation of hostilities for 48 years, had to do with payment of players back in the early 1900s. Ardarius Stewart is deep. Daniel Carlson will kick off. Gary Dieter and Ardarius Stewart. Auburn won the toss. They deferred until the second half, and this one is underway. Gary Dieter at the goal line. Looks for a block from Stewart, gets a little bit of one, and Dieter, graduate transfer out of Bowling Green, gets it back to the 25. Marshall Taylor, number 26, made the tackle. Well, welcome to the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. And Gary, you mentioned in the opening Jalen Hurts.
Well, all the way through the fall, there were whispers that he could emerge as the starter. I guess he did.
He has just had a brilliant freshman season out of Channelview High School, where he played for his father. Channelview, a suburb of the Houston area. First down 10. Out of the spread. Damian Harris is the starting running back. Here's Hurts. Got him. It's Gary Dieter. Mentioned he is a transfer from Bowling Green, where he caught 94 last year.
Well, that was a nice window, and you can see that that ball was put exactly into it. Catches it, gets in rhythm, and establishing the quarterback on the first play of the game. How about that?
Empty backfield, 4 bunched to the right side. Hurts goes left. Good defense. Offensively for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Up front, Corin Curvin gets a start at right guard. He is the 5th starter at that position so far this year. This is his 2nd start, and he'll spend much of his day battling number 1, Montravius Adams. Up the middle, Harris. Defensively for Auburn, they have an excellent front 4. Lawson, Russell, there's Adams. And Jonathan Rudy Ford, a senior at the nickel last week, actually ran a few plays and caught a pass. 3rd down 4. O.J. Howard joins Calvin Ridley to the left side. Four-man rush. In and out of the hands of Ardarius Stewart. 4th down, punted.
Had him, and it was a catchable ball. Spread out the Auburn defense, slant, and one of their go-to guys. When you talk to the Auburn staff, they said it's not real hard. Auburn runs the ball up the middle. They run with their quarterback wide, and they throw it to number 3 and 13. That's how they do it.
Here's the junior J.K. Scott. His average punt per game, or per punt rather, 48.5. He's out of Denver, Colorado. Stephen Roberts is deep. Got it. He's loose. One man to beat, it's Scott. And Scott does knock him out of bounds, but a special play from the special teams.
What sticks out, it was a poor punt, but he attacked the catch. Watch him aggressively go after it. He's in top speed. Once he breaks the initial, we all thought up here he would score, but shoved out just in time.
That's a 36-yard punt. Jeremy Johnson is the quarterback, senior. Throws it incomplete. And the Chick-fil-A starting lineups for Auburn. The senior, Johnson, a quarterback, Gary.
Well, for one play at least.
Yes.
And it does look like Jeremy Johnson got the start. It was announced early, but it must have been part of the mirage that Gus was playing with, because this seems like a plan. Wildcat
Chandler
already.
Cox, yes. There's the toss. John Franklin, who is listed as the 2nd-team quarterback, and Jonathan Allen makes the tackle.
Well, you know what happened to Alabama here? They just said, we don't care who you give it to. If you can't block us, we don't care who you put back there. Another wholesale change. And it looks like Jeremy Johnson's coming back in. Gus Malzahn is trying to pull out everything.
Little trickeration here at the opening of the game. Jeremy Johnson back in at the quarterback slot. 5 wides. Direct snap. Johnson with time. Drills it. No catch. Incomplete. intended for Tony Stevens.
And Hootie Jones did a great job here from his safety position. He read the eyes of Jeremy Johnson. Watch him close on the square in route. Playing combo, he beats the ball to the receiver and dislodges it. That is great combo defense.
And that will bring on Daniel Carlson. He's 22 of 25 for the year. This is from 42 yards out for an early Auburn lead. Kick on the way and got it.
Well, Grandpa calls him turncoat just for that reason. Daniel Carlson puts him up 3-0. Auburn was wishing it was more.
Daniel Carlson. And he is a finalist for the nation's top kicker award. Zane Gonzalez out of Arizona State.
You handle the last one too, okay?
Thank you very much.
Go for it. It's because it's your final year. You can have those all the time.
I'm on a roll now, huh? You are so helpful. Ardarius Stewart and Gary Dieter are beat back, and Carlson will kick off. The last was returned. This one won't be. Kaboom! Look at this. Look at this. Boy, he can hurt you so many ways. One of them, obviously, with his feet.
Well, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword for Auburn. They know in passing situations, Carl Lawson in the pass rush has to become a factor. But when you do that, if you run by the quarterback, he's so skilled.
Here's Ardarius Stewart out on the right side. And that's a quick hitch out near the 50.
Well, Montravius Adams will demand a lot of attention. It's not just me that knows he's good. He's going to catch double teams from Alabama. They watch the tapes too, and probably a little longer than I did.
That was Lester Cotton and Corin Curvin who collaborate on the stop of Montravius Adams. Well, it worked last time. Let's try it again. Not as much this time, but they do get a first down. Stewart, who did not play last week for one of those ubiquitous violation of team rules.
Oh my gosh, who did they play, like Georgia or somebody like that?
Well, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't, yes, okay. It's easier to punish when those games you know you're going to win against Chattanooga. I'm just saying.
I understand. This last week before rivalry week is known throughout the league as Cupcake Week. Well, there's a easy for me to say, Damian Harris.
You know, going back to Montravius Adams just for a minute longer, even though he gets the double teams, he has to be disciplined to know when he's getting double teamed, someone else won't be and be available. You have to continue to hustle through the double team.
Bradley Bozeman, the center, handed off to Stewart, sprints through and tackled inside the 30.
The little flip forward, fit the blocks, and get around the edge. Good block by O.J. Howard. You know, we mentioned a lot of players and weapons for Alabama. We haven't mentioned O.J. Howard, and he's always a weapon in big games. Oh, it hit him.
Fumble.
The snap hit him as he went by.
Yeah, the timing on that is so critical.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley had the ball hit him in his hip as he went by, and almost disaster. I think it was a play early in the season when the backups were in that the ball hit one of the receivers, either Ridley or Stewart or a backup receiver, and that's when Nick Saban had his tirade against Lane Kiffin. You probably can say it. I can't say it, what it was that day. Nothing can happen to you.
Oh, goodness, Cam Sims. Oh, dear. Is that going to be And no flag so far. Jonathan Rudy Ford, number 23.
It looked like he was out of bounds, and then it looked like it might have been the face mask. It was neither. Good no call. The initial contact was when he was on the field, and I think that's a great no call by the officials there.
3rd down 4.
See, the substitution by Alabama allows Auburn the opportunity to substitute.
Quick flip. Boy, what a secure tackle on Damian Harris. Javaris Davis, a backup. He's a redshirt freshman.
Well, he does a nice job in turning over his receiver. When his receiver goes inside, he takes the next guy coming out, and that is a heads-up play and a better tackle.
And here's the reason Daniel Carlson was not offered an Alabama scholarship. It had been given to Adam Griffith, who is a redshirt senior, 14 of 20 this year. This is for 29 yards out and a tie game.
So both defenses get a stop in the red zone.
Yeah. 5:40 to go, first quarter. Auburn 3. Alabama 3. Here's Adam Griffith's kick, returned by Jason Smith. Across the 20 and out of bounds. And let's continue with the introduction of the Auburn offense. Kozan. Chandler Cox was a question mark most of the week. Important cog for this offense, and he is back. And we do expect to see Cam Petway. He's not 100%. He's missed the last 2 games, but he is on the field now. And he changes the nature if he's effective.
Right, I don't see how they can win without Petway being effective, giving some inside run for Auburn.
There's the run. Nope, I beg your pardon.
So hard to get wide on Alabama. Unless you establish the inside running game, it's really tough to get wide.
Defensively, saw Marlon Humphrey there, number 26. Allen Payne, Tomlinson, Anderson, Jonathan Allen. I think almost a cinch first-team All-American this year. The senior is having a brilliant year.
Yeah, and he's going to be cashing a big check pretty soon, too.
John Franklin is now in at quarterback, number 5. 1 start this year. And off on the left side.
Well, the pride of this Auburn offense is the physical play of their offensive line. But you can see so far in this game, they cannot budge that Bama defensive line.
Now Jeremy Johnson back in. Had such high hopes when he opened the season a year ago as the starter, but 6 interceptions in the first 2 games. He was demoted and replaced by Sean White. White has a shoulder injury and did not start
this would be conservative. I can't imagine they're going to let him make a mistake at this side of the field. Yeah, wow. His problem last year was he threw balls late. He did not anticipate throws well. He allowed the defenders to get into the play, and look how long he holds it again. And he's lucky that time that Hootie Jones didn't get a pick there. You know, that's one of the deadly sins for a quarterback. If you can't anticipate a throw and throw it just before the receiver gets open, you're very unlikely to get him.
We're 2/3 of the way through the first quarter. 3-3 here. Auburn used a 59-yard punt return to set up a 42-yard field goal. They took a 3-0 lead. And then Alabama just came back with the counter. And here is Trayvon Diggs, the freshman, tripped up. 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. 4:17 to go. First quarter of play. Jalen Hurts, 3-3 game. Joshua Jacobs is the running back on this effort. He heads left.
Great defensive
Darius
catch.
Stewart. And Javaris Davis, another tackle.
There's no doubt that Alabama has the top defense in maybe not just the SEC, obviously that, maybe obviously in the country, but this Auburn defense, don't go to sleep on them. Another negative play for the Auburn defense. Exactly what Kevin Steele, Gus Malzahn was hoping for early in the game.
Joshua Jacobs remains at the running back position. Hurts goes deep, got a man wide open. Darius Stewart stumbles, stays up, and surges forward to the 16-yard line.
For a wide receiver, there's two ways to get open. You can get open early at the line of scrimmage, or you can get open late down the field. This is a get open late play. They get in tandem, break out to the outside, and really give that defense problems.
First down after a 40-yard gain. That's Dieter. Hurts.
Too much time.
Damian Harris in for the touchdown. Alabama. Darius Stewart, number 13, when you watch the replay, had a terrific block.
Sure did, Vern, good eye. Darius Stewart didn't get the ball, but he sprung Harris for the touchdown. And also give credit to that offensive line, because as I said, he's got way too much time.
The snappers, Cole Mazza, Cooper Bateman will hold. And Adam Griffith, who has not missed an extra point this year, nails it.
Watch Jalen Hurts start to the left and go to the right with his eyes all the time in the world. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. Boy, we don't even give that long on the playground for a guy to throw.
You took me back to my childhood. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Still works, doesn't it?
Sure does.
3 plays, 55 yards, 10-3. Quick strike for Alabama. Damian Harris with a block from Darius Stewart. And it is 10-3 Crimson Tide. Touchback. And let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern, I've been watching how Jeremy Johnson has been interacting with Sean White on the sidelines, and Sean is one of the first people that he talks to when he comes off the field. They've been communicating constantly throughout the course of this game so far. When I talked to Sean this week, he said, we root for each other. We have a genuine respect for one another. And just talking to other guys on the team, Rudy Ford told me it's been a really easy transition for this team going from Sean to Jeremy. They have all the faith in the world in him, and everybody is making this a full team effort down here on the sidelines.
Johnson gets the snap. Hands it off to Petway. Yeah, let's take a look at the 3 quarterbacks over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, the problem with Sean White is even if he lobbied to get in the game, it'd be hard to trust him because he played that Georgia game, told the coaches he was fine, and he wasn't.
Loss on the play. Jonathan Allen made the tackle.
So he's rotating quarterbacks. He's trying to keep the Alabama defense a little off balance, but he's already had 2 3-and-outs, and he's got a 3rd and long again.
Remember this Auburn team in the second half at Georgia? 6 consecutive 3-and-outs.
Right, and they can't throw the ball late. That's been Jeremy's problem.
3rd and 7.
Look at the receivers at the bottom. They have to go look for the play themselves off the signs.
5 on the play clock. Stunts. Pass is caught. Wow.
Now,
Eli Stove, number 12. No,
now I think they're going to call it incomplete.
Yep.
Minkah Fitzpatrick, the guy who shifted into Eddie Jackson's spot, dislodges that ball with a clean hit. Watch him lead with the shoulder and dislodge the completion. That was a great throw by Jeremy Johnson, but that Alabama defense was up to the task.
Low kick. Fumble. Diggs tries to, he gets a block. And there is no flag on that play. My goodness. Tony Brown delivered, as they say, a blow. No flag, clean block.
But I mean, it might be reviewed. This could be targeting a defenseless player. Watch this. He does hit the front of the player, but his helmet hits the helmet of the Auburn defender. That could be a targeting and should be reviewed.
Well, you talk about the talents of this young quarterback from Channelview, Texas. He's now hit 11 passes in succession. Nick Saban saying yesterday the thing he most admires about Hurts is his calmness.
Well,
you noticed that early in the year.
I did, but it's easier to be calm when you're 6'4", 220 pounds, and you can run a 4.4 40. I will say that too.
We have reached the end of one. 10-3, Alabama will return to Tuscaloosa after this message and a word from your local station. We welcome all of you back to Bryant-Denny, this beautiful facility on the campus of the University of Alabama. The Crimson Tide leads 10-3 as we begin quarter number 2. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Ali LaForce. Bo Scarborough now, he was a question mark with an injury coming in. He's the largest back for Alabama and can be a force. Here's Hurts back to throw. Oh, dear.
Got it. Intercepted.
Intercepted
yes,
by Daniel Thomas.
There was a lot of miscommunication between Hurts and I think it was Ardarius. The ball just fluttered. Ardarius Stewart thought, what the heck? He was turning to the sideline, and I think Hurts felt that Ardarius Stewart was going to turn up. It's hard to believe you could throw it that wild.
Rudy Ford being helped toward the locker room.
Come into the backfield, then go to the outside. Watch what happens. A little flare. Oh, you see it right there. I think Jalen Hurts thought and Stewart would turn up on a wheel route, and miscommunication cost the turnover.
John Franklin is the quarterback on this play, and Cameron Petway, leading rusher in the Southeast Conference.
I actually think Franklin is the only answer for Auburn if Sean White can't play. They need another weapon, a guy, someone else who can run the football.
There's the surge over left guard. Cameron Petway. Got him. Ryan Anderson, number 22.
Wow. Man, when this team starts to come after you, they really do. Anderson comes off the edge. Delvin Tomlinson comes inside, and you have a stop. As fast as Auburn was trying to run it, Auburn said, we don't care. We're coming upfield. You better block us.
They're going to try the field goal with Daniel Carlson, 52 yards. His longest of the season is 43. Snap is back, the hold is good, and the kick is...
Wow. Turncoat just put one through, and that's why Pat Grandpa says, I've gone from hating Auburn to just disliking them now.
10-6. Pretty calm about it, isn't he? Yep.
We got a lot of people that want to meet you. You know that, don't you? Not just me, not just the crowd.
Where are you going now?
There's a lot of people that might want to meet you.
Oh, my God almighty. My God almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Willie Namath.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, good to see you.
at
Yeah,
this.
Good to see you.
Good to see you,
God
too.
Almighty, I get to hug him. You know, I've watched
Oh,
so
boy.
many games over the years. I want to thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
I'm so used to seeing Joe here in the booth right next to us with the late Mel Moore.
Oh, Mel Moore, you know he loves you too, buddy. Right now, yes.
Hey, Joe, stick around with us. Be third man in the booth, okay?
Well, thank
We'll give you a
Yeah,
headset.
yeah.
Let's come on over
Let's
with
do
us.
it. Here's the kick. Wow. Now you can define thunderstruck by me. What a great thrill. Stewart.
Oh, that's a lateral.
Lateral to him. He pulls up and throws it. And it's caught by O.J. Howard.
Well defended, though. If you're Auburn, and I knew that Lane Kiffin was going to try to dial one, just had the feeling, but a great job by playing honest by Stephen Roberts. Stays back. If Alabama's going to run a trick play, you'll take a first down if you're Auburn and survive it.
Harris reverses field. Spin move, tackled just shy of the 35 by Stephen Roberts.
When we talked to Lane Kiffin a few weeks ago when we here, he said he thought Damian Harris had the best vision of any back he's coached. And you could see it right there, how quickly he decided to go the opposite direction.
He backs into this one. Lane Kiffin.
Boy, and his name and rumors about where Lane will be next year are everywhere.
Heard that.
From Baton Rouge to Oregon, and probably everywhere in between.
Did you
But
say origin or
Oregon.
Oregon. I know
yes,
that.
And origin.
And
both.
origin. Yeah.
I bet you Nick Saban is not comfortable with those rumors going on in the midst of a championship run.
Second down. 11. Play action. Hurts. Way too high. Almost picked off again. Trey Matthews.
Boy, I tell you, Jalen Hurts threw this ball when he was running, and Darius Stewart goes with the vertical, and Trey Matthews cannot come down with the catch. You're talking about some athletes on the field out here.
Third down, 11. 10-6 with 6:41 to go before the half. See the total yards, that top line? 204 to 10. Blitz. Hurts. Intercepted. Picked off by Daniel Thomas, his second of the game, his second of the season. And he is still running and is down at the 40. Wow.
Receiver fell down on the play. Just as he breaks out of his route, that's why the ball looks like it's such a poor throw. Receiver, as he breaks down, falls down. See that? Right as they get the two receivers for Alabama bump into each other, and that causes the interception. Poor spacing. Two players get directed in the same spot, and that's why the Auburn defense does a great job of redirecting two Alabama players and forcing the turnover. That's good defense.
Now then, Auburn still looking for their first down of the game. That's Kerryon Johnson in the Wildcat. He will run it. Bounces it out to the left. Looks for blocking help and gets it. First down, Auburn.
And Auburn will go fast now on a first down. The first down is basically on a busted play.
John Franklin in. And the first down effort to the 25, Kerryon Johnson.
The Auburn receivers will block to the whistle, and they were.
Second down. Positive yards 7. Total plays 17. And the longest. Now Alabama hurries to get a player off. It's Tim Williams. And he makes it. Snap back. Johnson goes left. And that's going to bring up a third down. The gang tackle made by Alabama.
I think the officials got that formation wrong. I think Auburn was correct, and that play should have stood the one before.
Third down, 7. Inside, Eli Stove.
Well, you can see the Auburn offensive play caller, Rhett Lashley, does not believe his line can pick it up. So they are throwing the shortest passes possible, and Alabama can sense it. They're not backing up 2 feet, and Minka Fitzpatrick comes up again and makes the clean tackle. There's Rhett Lashley, offensive coordinator, took over the play calling halfway through the season, done a nice job.
So Carlson is attempting his 3rd field goal. He's hit from 42 and 52. Wind not really a factor. That's it. Yeah. Right down the middle, ultimately. 3:30 to go, first half. 1 point, Alabama lead. 3:30 to go. It's now 10-9. Daniel Carlson with 3 field goals. Pooch kick. Up in the air, and a fair catch taken by Hale Henschkes, number 84. Hurts. Oh, he's got a man, yes. Beautiful throw. Calvin Ridley.
Carlton Davis thought he had it, but he did not get it. Carlton Davis is going, I should have had it. I should have had it. He gets in position, turns around, swats at the ball, and misses it. Watch it. Misses it, and then he pounds the turf. I could have had that. Great route. Remember when I said you can win early or late? That pass was won early.
There. The pass to O.J. Howard gets a nice block. Gets another nice block. One of them was Ardarius Stewart. The first was Gary Dieter. Watch number 11 right there, and then watch number 13.
That's the way they do it. You can do play-by-play and analysts on that one. Go for it. Finish it off.
What are they going to do?
Big games, Alabama likes to get the ball in the hand of O.J. Howard.
Hurts breaks a tackle. This is what he does best. He's out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Watch the subtle move by Jalen Hurts. He realizes early that he's in trouble from his blind side. He fakes it, and he realizes it. Now watch him set up the defender, fakes him out, gets inside, and then takes a bad play and turns it into a positive play. Great eye, footwork, and speed by Hurts.
Too wide to the left. Dieter in the slot. Stewart, wide right. Bo Scarborough. Cam Robinson very slow getting up.
Alabama will take a needed timeout here.
Third down 4. Look back, confirm the play.
Yep, look at the lane. Lane will make the call.
Dieter up on the line. Hurts with time. Lobs it, throws it away.
Well, remember, he's just a freshman, and in that situation, I'm sure he's been grilled by Nick Saban not to get a turnover in the red zone. He tries to throw the Joe Montana pass across his body, but it sailed on him. If you're going to make a mistake, it has to be high where just your guy can get it. And Ardarius Stewart, I think, is still upset he didn't get the first one.
Right. So here's Adam Griffith. This is a 25-yard field goal.
You just can't have an interception there. You got to get your 3 points if you're Alabama.
And they do. time for Inside Access, presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the SEC. Here's Allie with Nick Saban.
Coach, let's start on offense. An uncharacteristic first half for you with 3 turnovers. How will you address the offense?
Well, you know, we're not executing very well. I mean, even some of the plays that we're not turning the ball over, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. So we basically had 2 good drives. We only were able to finish 1. So we just got to do a better job at every position, including the quarterback position. We got to go out there and execute, and everybody's got to do what they're supposed to do.
Defensively, you held Auburn to just 1 first down. How were they able to be so dominant in that first half?
Well, yeah, but they got 9 points. All right, and most of them off of turnovers and off of a bad special teams play where we didn't punt the ball very well. So we just got to clean up all those areas of our team and get everybody together and just play better. We're not playing as well as we need to.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
For the second consecutive game, Nick Saban goes in at halftime unhappy with his team's play.
Little huddle right there. That's the end of the first half with the score 13-9. Now let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio. We welcome you back to Bryant Denny on the campus of the University of Alabama. 13-9 moments ago. Allie the Force with Auburn coach Gus Malzahn.
Coach, Jeremy Johnson really struggled in the first half, and then we saw Sean White warming up. Will you make a quarterback change in the second half?
You know, not right now. Jeremy, he had a little jitters early. You know, obviously we played terrible on offense the first half. We kind of have an idea what they're doing. I expect us to play a lot better in the second half offensively.
What did you say to this team to motivate them to make this a different second half?
We play as bad as we can play offensively, and we're in the game. We had some tough goals go against us, and we're in the game. We still got a chance to win.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Succinct.
Well, he's right.
Exactly. Adam Griffith will kick off to start the second half. Ball taken at the 4. Kerryon Johnson. And not much there. Well, it's pretty obvious what's going on. The defenses have dominated for both teams.
I agree. Both coaches unhappy with their offenses, but you got to give the defense some credit. However, Alabama's play selection, I have to question. 44 plays, they've thrown the ball 26 times, and on first down, 20 plays, 12 passes, just 8 runs on first down. Just doesn't seem like Alabama to me. I think Nick Saban goes in there and says, guys, let's be Alabama and run the ball a little bit on first down.
Toss, left side. Kerryon Johnson. And the trends, Gare.
Well, you see it. 25 passes for a true freshman quarterback in a big game like this. Jeremy Johnson, as Gus Malzahn said, looked jittery from the start. And if you're an Auburn fan, avert your eyes on that last one.
Second down 7 after the gain of 3. Jeremy Johnson knocked down by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, one time it's Jonathan Allen. The next time it's Dalvin Tomlinson. Deron Payne may make a play. Tim Williams makes a play. Ryan Anderson. When Gus Malzahn said, we have an idea what they're doing. You know what they're doing? They're letting their great players make plays.
Play greatly, yeah. Yes. Third down 7. 4 wides, 2 on either side. Snap back to Jeremy Johnson. He is forced out. Will he throw in the run? No, he will not. That is Ryan Anderson, number 22.
They had a play. Auburn did, but Ryan Anderson flushed him. Watch, down the sideline. This is a completable pass. He's got him. You got to be able to throw that, but already Jeremy Johnson is flushed out of the pocket. Ryan Anderson saved a big play for his Alabama defense.
Kevin Phillips on to punt, and Trayvon Diggs, number 7, awaits the ball at the 35. Nice and high, and a fair catch called for at the Alabama 43. So 3 and out to start the third. 40-yard punt. Nothing on the return. Crimson Tide have the ball. 13:30 to go, third quarter, 13-9. Alabama. Jalen Hurts, 18 of 25 throwing it. 8 runs for 23 yards, but 2 interceptions and a couple of fumbles. Stewart. Go up the middle. Bo Scarborough, not much. Left side, Scarborough. Nice. Nicer. Wonderful play by Bo Scarborough.
I just don't think there's any doubt that Nick Saban went in at halftime and said, we're going to run the ball a little bit. And if we can't run the ball, we're going to lose.
Quick huddle. That was a gain of 20. Well, I'll give it to Scarborough again, yes.
When they repeat a play that fast, when they snap a play that quickly after a first down, you know they're going to come back with the same one. Running the ball left, running it behind Cam Robinson, Ross Baker.
Scarborough, 5 carries, 34 yards now. Play action. He's chased. Fires to the short receiver. Calvin Ridley out of bounds at the 35, and that's going to be another first down. And a little bit of a fracas out of bounds.
Well, I will say this for this Auburn team. They are not missing the open field tackles in this football game. When they have an opportunity to make a tackle, they make a tackle.
First down. Scarborough again.
Doesn't look like much, but 4 yards is big at this part of the field.
Feed him his hungry. That's his 6th carry. Second down, 6. Look at this. No rushing touchdowns in 8 games. That's 267 attempts. Flip, caught. O.J. Howard. 1st and goal, Alabama.
Well, when you can run the ball successfully, you can throw these little dump passes. Come across, this is called a sneak. You sneak the player across, he influences the defensive end, and then he gets out there. Carl Lawson's ready to take on the block, and then all of a sudden, O.J.'s running out there for a pass.
Hurts still has it. He'll freelance and get inside the 5.
Yep, pretty good coverage by Auburn. That was not a called run, that was a pass.
Montravius Adams, we've not called his name that much today. Number 1.
Take a peek. Auburn finds everybody. No one open. 3 men out, 3 men covered.
Slot receiver out. Henschke's number 84 is in, so essentially a 2 tight end look here.
Well, I used to be able to call the fade pass for Alabama in these situations, but nowadays with Lane, I don't know what they're doing.
That's our Darius Stewart. Hurts, keeper all the way. Got it! Touchdown! Crimson Tide.
I will say, that's more like the Alabama that I used to see. An 8-play drive, 6 rush, 2 pass. I don't think there's any doubt that Nick Saban went in and looked at that play calls in the first half and said, we're going to go back and run the ball. Lane, I don't care if you got a visor on or what, we're going to run the ball.
Extra point, Griffith, up and good. That is the first rushing touchdown against Auburn. And look at Jalen Hurts climbing up that list of single-season responsible touchdowns. Hurts, the freshman. Alabama. Lane Kiffin. Well, things are going well so far. Adam Griffith, one of 20 seniors honored before the game. You just saw Jalen Hurts. He's got A few years left to play for the Crimson Tide. Griffin. That'll be a touchback.
Auburn's still in the game, still in the game. This could change very quickly. They need some first downs. One first down in the game.
Here's he go.
Fleetfoot.
Johnson, he's got him open. It's Will Hastings. Boy, you talk about going back and pulling one out of history.
Had two guys open on the play. Will Hastings for the good positive yards, but there was another receiver that could have been the home run ball. Got to take the positive.
This is the first sustained drive of the game for Auburn. Right side. Carry on Johnson. Well, Jeremy Johnson, I remember when Nick Marshall was the quarterback of this Auburn team, and it was thought he was going to be a great replacement. He was elected second team preseason last year, but was benched and replaced by Shaun White after 3 games. 2nd and 7. Deep, stride for stride, incomplete.
Had a chance, but against the Alabama defense, it has to be a perfect pass. They'll allow you to complete a cover. This time it was Darius Slayton, number 81. Gets him at the line of scrimmage, goes deep, coverage by Humphrey, ball just overthrown by a couple yards. Alabama challenges you. They challenge you to throw the perfect pass, and if you can do it, you can pick up big plays.
3rd and 7.
Looked like Humphrey's a little bit gimpy as he came back, limping back to his position.
No 3rd down conversions yet in the game for Auburn. Blitz. Johnson near side. Incomplete. Will Hastings, number 33.
Well, now you got to wonder if Gus Malzahn will just go for it. As you said, it was the only sustained drive. Ball again. Remember, they challenge it. If you make the good throw, you complete it. Again, ball behind allows the defender to just make the play right at the end of it.
They're going to bring on Daniel Carlson. He's hit 3 today. 9 of 12 from 50 plus. Along to 56. Good snap, good hold. Kick is wide left.
Two throws. Jeremy Johnson had 2 chances. He missed one long, one short, and then the field goal goes wide.
No good from 52. It's still 20-9. First down.
There it is again.
Scarborough. Flag is down.
I think Auburn lined up in the neutral zone this time. This is going to be declined by Alabama.
Offside. 4. Line up in the neutral zone. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a first down.
Well, they started out the second half with Bo Scarborough. The balance was not there in the Alabama offense, and on this drive, they pounded a little bit. They finessed with the short pass to the outside, and they finished it with the quarterback run.
They are working Scarborough.
Yes, this is very similar to the LSU second half when they came out and brought Scarborough out, and that kind of freed up Jalen Hurts to make some plays.
2nd down 9.
Auburn defense has to bow their neck right now. They need a big play. No more points.
Stewart got the handoff this time. Is there going to be a flag? That was in the middle of the Auburn bench. Stephen Roberts with contact.
Excuse me, Vern. Same exact look, only this time he hands it off to Darius Stewart. 3rd and short. Now you wonder if Alabama thinks 4-down territory. 23-9 would make it a 14-point game.
Lane Kiffin. 3rd and 3.
Got that bootleg look to O.J. Howard right here now. Do they do it again?
No, Scarborough.
Whoa, great tackle.
Was it ever? Javaris Davis, number 31.
Freshman football player getting a chance to play today. That's a second good play he's made. He's in for Joshua Hulsey, and he makes another big tackle. Too far to kick a field goal. He'll go for it.
I don't know. It'd be a 56-yarder.
They tried longer.
Isn't it funny how somebody challenged me today before the game. She said, how many times are you going to mention the kick 6? And I said, I'm sure it'll come up. She said, well, there's an over-under that you and Gary are going to mention. But I said, I'd take the over. 4th. Here's Hurts. Got it! Darius Stewart. What a nifty move. Touchdown, Alabama.
What a great throw. The best throw of the day for Jalen Hurts. You're going to get a smash route here. Come in, go out, but watch the strike Jalen Hurts throws. One spot to put it. That's where he puts it right to the sideline and allows Darius Stewart to show why he's so special with the football. What a throw. Remember those throws that Jeremy Johnson missed by a couple feet? When you make that throw, it allows these athletes to make the plays.
Adam Griffith, Cole Mazur with the snap. Perfect. Cooper Bateman with the hold. And the Alabama lead is now 27-9. Look at our Darius Stewart. Hey, I'm over here. And Jalen Hurts said, I see ya. Touchdown, Alabama. 5:16 to go, 3rd quarter.
Well, Lane Kiffin, if not anything else, he's demonstrative.
Goodness.
Jalen Hurts will have to be in the tub. You're going to say his shoulder's bothering.
Shoulder injury, yeah. And the kickoff. On 2nd and 12, here's Franklin.
Great protection.
Deep down the middle, he's got a man open. Caught. Eli Stove.
Great protection. Number 1. Franklin had time. Here's the matchup. Safeties are in the middle of the field, but not deep. Hootie Jones, number 6, sniffing out the crossing route. And a big play finally hit by Auburn.
56 yards. And they try the right guard right tackle spot with Cameron Petway. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Havern, Marlon Humphrey is dealing with a right leg injury. He was in the medical tent for about 10 minutes. His right leg is taped up. He's trying to ride the bike so he can get back in this game. Questionable to return.
All right, Allie, thank you.
It happened on the long, incomplete pass. Remember when he hobbled out? Watch the quick snap here by Auburn.
Franklin gets rid of it, incomplete. Boy, he was under pressure. Ryan Anderson almost got there.
I really think Auburn needs another weapon, and they're just going to have to live with Franklin's inaccuracies throwing. As you said, he's probably a better runner, but if he hits a couple passes, at least the rest of the Auburn offense has some potential. They must establish the running quarterback here. That's all they got.
3rd down, 8. How about this defensive effort by Alabama? This is only the 18th time a team has been inside the 20. There is the pass in the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Darius Slayton, Levi Wallace defending.
Auburn needs to take the field goal here. We're making a 15-point game, a 2-possession game. They have to take the field goal. Great coverage that time.
As you said, well, they'll just replace Tony Brown with another 5-star.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But now Marlon not here. Eddie Jackson's not in the game. Tony Brown's not in the game. Maurice Smith transferred. This was the worry by Nick Saban.
Carlson from 27. Perfect. Earlier this season, he kicked 6 field goals as Auburn defeated LSU. That cost Les Miles his job. 27-12 with 2:11 to go. Daniel Carlson, good from 27. He's now kicked 26 field goals for the year, most among the big boys.
A little bit of rough nerves on the Auburn sideline. Gus Malzahn and Rhett Lashley. Since we have cameras, we can catch them. They don't see you and I arguing up here. It's just as bad sometimes.
Oh, goodness. No, that was years ago.
Yes.
Oh. 11 years together for Gary and me. Or Darius Stewart.
Oh, nice play.
Sure was. I believe that's Eli Stove, number 12. Stewart. Hurts. Runs it. Carl Lawson made the tackle.
Again, not a big play, but not a negative play. Carl Lawson matched up on the freshman Williams, throws him off, and makes the play. Good play by Carl Lawson. One of the ideas that Auburn felt they needed to have was Carl Lawson also becoming one of those players that Alabama had to account for with an extra blocker. Hasn't turned out.
That is the end of the third quarter, 27-12, Alabama. We will return to Tuscaloosa right after this message. And a word from your local station. 102,000 plus at Bryant-Denny Stadium. 81st Iron Bowl game, Auburn and Alabama. And as we begin the fourth, Crimson Tide have a 27-12 lead. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Ali LaForce, and our entire 75-person crew here at Bryant-Denny.
This has been the formation du jour tonight for Alabama. On balance to the right. Left tackle Cam Robinson is the only guy to the left side, and they've been doing the fast motion across all night.
Second down 10.
Great.
Joshua Jacobs. Whoa, what a run.
Great cut in the hole by Joshua Jacobs. Another true freshman. He runs it right at Jonah Williams. The true freshman offensive tackle. Look at this cut. Wow.
26 yards. Off the block.
And we talked about the imbalance of the Alabama offense. They are in complete balance now. 31 runs, 31 passes.
First down, 10. Hurts back, pressure, finds a receiver. Joshua Jacobs.
Man, oh man.
Hello.
Every time we would talk to Nick Saban about his running backs, Damian Harris, Bo Scarborough, he would always say, you know, Joshua Jacobs ain't bad either. Remember?
Oh, I do.
Watch him scoot. Gets it, screen pass. Alabama's always been a great screen pass team.
On first down, they'll test the middle. Joshua Jacobs. Let's check in quickly with Ali LaForce.
Hey, Vern, Devereaux Lawrence, one of Auburn's defensive linemen, is dealing with a right knee injury. He's been on the training table quite some time. He has ice on the right knee, and I just got word from the team that he will not return.
All right, thank you, Ali. Another senior for Auburn. with Jenkins. Here's Hurts back. Pulls up, lets it go. Deep, overthrown
And
intentionally.
Big smile from Nick Saban right there. Nobody open, throw it away.
3rd and 10. By the way, the Saban family and his wonderful wife Terry is here with Nick's mom and close friends. Thanksgiving Day, they had family. There's Terry right in the middle. And how about this? She's saying, "What are you doing down there?"
Right. Just run the ball. She's been with Nick a lot.
Well, the Thanksgiving celebration, they had 17 players inside. No, that's
a little shovel pass again. Trying to get the ball to O.J. Howard. Middle linebacker Sean Davis blew the play up. They were pulling Cam Robinson from the left side, but Sean Davis smelled it and blew it up before it could get started.
So Adam Griffith is going to come on 4th down and 12.
That's a big kick for the Alabama football team.
34 yards. Good snap. Whoa, did he? He did.
It hooked left, but he had it from 34. If it was 38, he might not have made it.
You're right. Timeout. Sweet home Alabama.
Adam Griffith to kick off for Alabama.
Griffith will kick off. And Kerryon Johnson will take a lead. Touchback. Well, the Auburn Stars, Gary, have been held in check today.
We talked about it at the beginning of the game that the quarterback needed help. The quarterback didn't do it by himself. Petway couldn't help him, and neither could Adams.
John Franklin. That's Eli Stove, number 12. Nice play. So they will hurry up. 12:35 to go. That's a gain of 30. 1st down 10.
Alabama built a fence on that one.
Did they ever?
Yes.
I was just watching Tim Williams. Boy, he held his ground, forced him inside.
Absolutely.
Dalvin Tomlinson made the tackle.
Everybody stones their man up front, peeks around him, and then Tomlinson comes off and makes the play.
2nd down, 9, 10:35 to go. It will be 3rd down. That's Cameron Petway.
Now with this being an 18-point game, with this amount of time, does Gus Malzahn tell Rhett Lashley that you got 2 more downs to pick up the 1st down? Whole different call if you know you have 2 opportunities.
Up the middle. No, now it's 4th down. Sean Dion Hamilton made that stop.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned Reuben Foster or Sean Dion Hamilton much tonight, but these guys are lurking. A lot of times they don't have the opportunity to make the tackle because the guys up front get them.
Yep. 4th and 3. Chandler Cox, number 27. Wildcat again.
11 men by Alabama within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Will they go deep?
Cox fires it. Intercepted. Sean Dion Hamilton.
You can't blame a guy for getting an interception. Great coverage. Would have been easy to knock it down, but Your instincts are to grab it. Everybody was up, and Alabama not fooled.
First down 10. Nothing doing here. Scarborough. Deshaun Davis.
Deshaun Davis again blows up the play. He's blitzing now, trying to make something happen. There's Lawrence, as Ali told you. The ice isn't going to help that. Apparently it was more than a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
Twisted knee.
Loss of 2, second down and 12. Left side.
Hey, Vern, I saw a great tweet the other day. And
Yes.
sometimes I look.
I missed
Okay.
it.
It was a Bama fan, and he said, best ever or second best ever? Roll Tide.
Gee, I wonder who he had in mind in that paragraph. Well, Nick Saban came here, had a tough first year in 2007, but boy, he righted the ship in 2008, and he's left a lot of dust in people's faces ever since then. Third down and 9. Whoa! My gosh.
Bo Scarborough.
Yeah, there you go. First down at the 21.
Close your eyes, shuffle the deck, grab a card. It's usually an ace, and this time Bo Scarborough ran over Deshaun. Deshaun Davis has been making a lot of plays, but that time the Alabama player, and that's going to eat up another 2 minutes off the clock.
Sure.
And Nick Saban is going to continue this tremendous 9-year run. He's been #1 for 9 at some point in each of the last 9 seasons. Imagine that. Ranked #1. 4 times he was the national champ, 4 times SEC champ, 6 appearances in the SEC championship. That's a dynasty.
Let's go left, and Scarborough gets it again. You know, our friends in the SID office here, Jeff Purinton and Josh Maxson, were kind enough to count up the number of Alabama games. And they had the number at 78 Alabama games that I've televised over the years. And all of a sudden, I realized my first Iron Bowl game was in 1981. And Bear Brave was at Legion Field.
Sideline?
I was the sideline guy with Keith Jackson and Frank Broyles. And the whole idea was if Bear won, it would be number 315, and he would surpass Amos Alonzo Stagg, all-time winningest coach.
There's a lot of argument about the best coach and second best, but he's in the conversation.
Oh, my gosh. So here's he wins, and by design, I'm told, go under.
He should have had the ball thrown to him.
Try me. First down, 36.
Big guys are in again.
Ridley. Drop play. Joshua Jacobs. 2:18 to go. Well, these are the kind of things you can mention when you've got a game like this, but it has been a Hall of Fame day for people coming in to say hello to you and me. Leroy Jordan, one of the all-time great players in Alabama history, joined Joe Namath in the booth next to us with the AD Bill Battle. And Scott Hunter, who was a great player here at quarterback. Scott came by when CBS got college football, got back into it in 1982. Scott Hunter was one of the original 8 guys who made up the play-by-play list, 4 of us, and the analyst, 4 of us. And he worked with the wonderful Lindsey Nelson for 2 years. So Hurts.
The only thing that could possibly go wrong if he gets Hurts.
Yes.
He does not want to get Hurts now.
It was right there for you, wasn't
Yes, it was.
And the Jeep postgame show coming up.
4th and inches, and the big guys will come in.
Yep. None of whom is quite as big as William Refrigerator Perry. Close. 4th and 1. Bo Scarborough.
So Alabama goes back to being a little bit more Alabama. They rushed for 69 yards in the first half, 136 yards in the second half. They really can attack in almost any way they desire.
And this has been nearly an 8-minute possession. Yeah, I know what you mean. But to your credit, you stuck it out. Scarborough. That's his 17th carry of the ball game.
I doubt that Auburn would even take a timeout. Alabama could probably take a knee if they wanted to.
Clock now 35 seconds. O.J. Howard, one of the seniors.
Remember, he came back. He could have gone in the draft. Jonathan Allen could have gone in the draft. They came back for this season to put another championship higher.
10 seconds. Hurts does not get Hurts. Alabama wins the 81st Iron Bowl by a convincing 30-12 count. It was 10-9 at one point. 13-9 at the break. And let's go down to Allie LaForce, who was with Nick Saban.
Coach, when we spoke at halftime, you were not happy with that first half performance. How about the way they responded in the second half?
Well, I thought we played a lot better offensively in the second half. We really controlled the tempo of the game in the second half on offense. So, you know, Jalen did a really good job in the second half, and we did a better job of executing. That's what I told him at halftime, guys. Forget everything and just go out there and execute.
It worked. Alabama hasn't beaten Auburn 3 consecutive years since 1992. What does that say about the toughness of this team and specifically the senior class?
Well, I'm really proud of our players. We've got a great senior class. We've had great leadership here. We've had a lot of good players here over the last 10 years, and I appreciate them all, but I especially appreciate these guys.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, a full crowd, full house here at Bryant-Denny. If you're an Alabama fan, you love this afternoon. Thanks to our crew here in the booth, our stage manager, Amanda Stork, our spotter, Dave Bolton and Butch Baird, our statistician, Chuck Gardner, and a spouse, Nancy. For Gary Danielson and Allie LaForce, Vern Lundquist saying so long from Tuscaloosa. The Jeep postgame show is up next after these messages.